Thank you so much for watching. In this video, I will be showing you 4 comics that I have which are signed. This first one is by a writer named Chuck Dixon, and he has done all kinds of stuff for DC, Marvel, CrossGen, Dark Horse, Bongo. And this comic, Chronicles number 2, which came out in 1995 during the fall, was signed by Dixon in 96. I found it about 5 months ago at King of Prussia Mall in Pennsylvania, and I paid like $4 for it. And I was super happy to obtain it. There isn't much of a story to finding this one. It was definitely a random find, but I could not walk away from it. I really like the cover too, and there's like so much going on in it. This next one I'm going to show you also doesn't have like so much of a story behind it, in the sense that I found it at like my local comic shop. But when I found it, I came across something that was super cool. So this is signed by Matt Hawkins, who is the president of Top Cow Productions and was pretty much from the start an initial team member of beginning stages of Image Comics. And Top Cow Productions is a partner studio of Image Comics. Now, when I came across this comic, I found something that was on the back, and I'll put it on the screen. I mean, I'm holding this camera, so it might be a little shaky, so you might want to pause it so you can read this, but it's pretty neat. And I'll open it up so you can see the rest of it too. Then along with that, there were 3 folded up posters that just totally blew my mind. I'm probably going to have to put one on my wall. Like, I seriously couldn't have been happier, but to, pay like $10 for this and, not just get this cool comic, not just get this awesome autograph, it even came with 3 posters. Like, this thing was a bundle, and I just thought it was just beautiful. Like, when I picked this up off the shelf, I turned the back side of it and I saw the letter there. I thought that was cool. That was pretty much like one of the main reasons I got it, just because like there's a story behind that, and like I didn't even realize that like these posters were even in here until like after I brought it home. And and at first I thought maybe it was just gonna be a picture, and then and then when I realized it was one poster, it was like, oh my gosh, there's 2 more, and it's cool that they're all the same. This next one I was gonna show last in the video, but the last one's gotta be the grand finale. But this one was pretty close to a tie, just for the fact that it is indeed a Spawn number 9 signed by Neil Gaiman himself. Now, when I got back into collecting during the summer of 2017, Spawn 9 was pretty much at the top of my priority list of things to get. And, from the different areas, different shops that I've seen it at, I mean, they had it marked from like $25 to $30, and and I just wasn't so sure at the time. Like I wanted to spend as much at the time on that, and this was just for a regular Spawn number 9, and then one day when I was at the Showcase Comics near me, they had a Spawn 9 like pristine condition, and they were only selling it for $7. So I picked it up and was super happy to have it. And then weeks later, I am with a friend and just going through some stuff, and he like sort of pulls out the top of this Spawn 9, and he's like, "Hey, do you have this one?" And I'm like, yeah, I do." And then he pulls it all the way out, and he's like, "Dude, look at this." And I just didn't even I didn't even know how to respond to it. And thankfully, my friend, he's not like super into comics or anything, so he doesn't collect. But that was, I thank him for coming across it, because I don't think I would have it if it wasn't for him. Now this last one, this one has a story to it. As you can see, the cover is signed by Michael Zeck. And if you don't know who Michael Zeck is, just Google his name. Now, before I get into a little bit more about this comic, I'll tell you the story. So I was probably like 10 or 11 years old, and this was like, I think, late 90s. So I'm on the way back with my parents from Rehoboth Beach in Delaware, and my dad pulls into this little rest stop, so we could use the bathroom and he could fill up on gas, all that good stuff. And at the corner of this little building, there were these two people, this guy and this woman, and they from my memory, they had like a few short boxes of comics and like a magazine rack, and my parents bought me two comics. They bought this one and a Gotham Knights, and I think they paid these people like $1 for both of them. I'm not positive if they knew that this particular issue was signed, but I gotta show you the inside of it. Now, this is why I had this comic go last. Now I'm going to turn the camera away as I attempt to open this without damaging it. To the right is a signature by Jim Starlin, and on the left is signed by Adrienne Roy. Now I hope I pronounced her name right. She was a colorist for Batman stuff in the 80s and through the 90s. Unfortunately, she passed away in 2010, but I am totally honored to have this one in my possession, and will cherish it forever, along with everything else that I have in my life. Like I feel truly blessed. And I don't think I would have taken the time to make this video had it not been for the previous video that I posted. So thanks a lot to Silver Age Dave for the motivation. Thank you so much to everyone else, all you other collectors out there and guys watching. Like, I really enjoy seeing like what you guys have and all your knowledge too. Like, it's totally incredible how much there is to learn with this hobby. To name a few more, Reaper Tate 728 and Alex the Comic Hoarder, Area 51, Saddle City Comics, Joker 68, LeeKirbyDitkoComics. You were some of the guys that like I spend time watching and learning from, and I really appreciate all your videos. Thanks so much again for watching. I'll be posting more videos soon.